standing on BFA's campus, and actually first, before I get into it, check out what the creek looks like now. Yeah, look at that. Crazy, right? This tree right here is what I'm most sad about. I've had many a lunches sitting right here under the shade of this tree, but it's gone. So the reason why we haven't really posted a ton is because everything changes every week, every day. There's new regulations, there's new restrictions, there's new rules that we have to abide by. But I wanted to give you guys an update as to how we're actually functioning right now. So the good news is we had a season of remote learning, but now we're back, and it's so good to have students on campus.
Do they still make phone books?
Well, sir. No, sir. Some other good news is, look at the weather. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
All right, bring back your resource. Fertility in the population is being sustained.
And Stanley, tell me about, where do you have to eat lunch? How do regulations work during lunchtime?
So on Tuesdays and Thursdays we are allowed outside, so the seniors get to sit at the stone steps, and when we're inside we sit at the bleachers.
Okay.
But we have to sit in that respected area.
So I see everybody sitting next to each other without their masks off. What have they said about eating together and all that?
So we're allowed to eat together without our masks off, because when we're eating you can't eat with a mask on. But
Yeah.
once you've finished your meal, you have to put your mask back on again.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
right now I've finished my meal, so I have a mask on.
Yeah. So seniors are out here on the steps, and then where are the other classes?
So when we're outside, the juniors are in that L section of the school.
Okay.
Here. And then the other classes, one is in the cafeteria and one is in the bleachers.
Okay.
And then it's the same when we switch out, where seniors are in the bleachers and then the juniors are in the cafeteria.
Okay, wow. And it switches every day?
It switches every day, yes.
Okay. Hi. Hi.
Cool.
So you're probably wondering how BFA has been able to stay open. Well, Germany's just imposed some new regulations where we have to test each and every one of our staff and students twice a week for COVID-19. Actually, let's go talk to Sam about that. Hi, Olivia. Just wanted to get a little update on testing, what staff and students are having to do. Can I stand back here so you can get your mask off?
Oh, yes. So twice a week, our students and staff are having to test. They are picking up their tests here at the school, taking them home, testing at home. They have to fill out a certificate that they bring back to school. Dorms are testing in the dorm. As a whole dorm, they're testing together, and then families are just testing at home as a family. Staff register online on a Google form, just that they tested negative before they come to campus. So far it's been good. We haven't heard of any positive tests at this point in those, and so we do about 400 tests each time. So we're now about 800 tests have been taken, and we're 0 for 800 in terms of positive tests, which is a fantastic result.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will say this too. I have been so incredibly impressed with our students, with their attitudes, the way that they've handled this pandemic, especially this year's seniors. They've just had so much taken away from them in terms of some of the awesome opportunities that you get to have when you come to BFA. Sports, trips. We have parties and banquets, and even so, I've heard some amazing testimonies of some students that their attitude just blows my mind. So how have you seen, how has the pandemic affected your time at BFA? Negatively, positively?
I mean, there were negative effects, of course. We couldn't get the senior year we wished for. But through all that, I think this was a really great year, considering everything that's going on.
What made it so great?
I'm not constantly surrounded by other students at the school, so that meant I had to be more intentional about making friends and investing in people, and that was just really amazing for me because I got to have really good conversations with people I never would have talked to.
Usually the schedule's like really busy and you don't really have like a lot of time to bond with people as much. At least like the start of junior year for me was like that.
Yeah.
But like right when the pandemic started with like quarantine and stuff, like dorm sisters, like I had so much more time to hang out with dorm sisters.
Yeah.
And like I just made relationships with people that I like wouldn't have if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Yeah, at the beginning of quarantine, I was able to spend a lot of time with my family back home. I was able to go home.
Okay.
And
So did you like when it hit you like got on a plane and you were gone?
well, I live in Germany, so
Okay.
I got on a train.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But I've also been able to spend a lot of time with the guys in my dorm. For the whole time.
I've definitely been disappointed at first when like banquet and soccer and JSB, like things are like keep getting canceled.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because there's all of a sudden there's so much free time of like after school or even before school, I think people are able to kind of like process and stop to think about like what's happening and more about, oh, what should I do like next, and being intentional in your relationship with your friends and stuff. Because like before it would be like, oh, you're just here so let's hang out. But now because of like the restrictions and everything, you have to be really intentional.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, like let's make time to see each other in person. And
Yeah.
I think that's good because you know that, oh, this person really wants to spend time with me, and I'm also putting in that time for myself and trying to grow that relationship.
The authentic relationship.
Yeah.
That's great.